We're going to rename the show 13 and Counting. How many Gosar kids are there? Tim Gosar joins us now after his brother David Gosar. Hey, Tim. Hello,
Good
Tim.
morning, Stephanie.
Hey.
Good morning. Thank you for calling in. How many others of your siblings will be calling just so we can schedule the rest of the show?
I don't know. We kind of have started doing this for a living now.
Yeah. Well, Tim, it's interesting. You guys all spoke out. You did a commercial even before, just warning of the danger of your brother. For me, it's a little more private, but I have to say, I really relate to you guys because I feel like, the Republican Party in some ways has always been awful. The death of Max Cleland reminded me that they ran awful ads against him. Atwater was horribly racist, but I just feel like, do you feel like something happened with Trump? Because I do in my own personal family and friendships and all that it just made it so much uglier and so much worse and caused really, a lot of severing, I think, in many people in family ties and friend ties. What do you think?
Stephanie, I think he just amplified the crazy.
Yeah.
I do. I think, he's good at the art of the con, and he's good at tapping into people's insecurities and their fears and their racism. Let's be real honest. And
Yeah.
so that's the basis for all of this. But Paul has always been a little, different, right? I mean, he started his political campaign as a birther. So
Yeah.
that just tells you a lot about, where he is. But Trump just magnified that.
Yeah. It seems that way. And it feels like people echo the same lies, whether it's about the election or COVID or whatever, I literally, and I talk to people for a living, Tim. I don't know how to talk to some friends and family anymore. We've just hit some kind of, I don't even know how to, I don't know how long ago did you guys stop communicating with Paul, would you say?
Probably about 5 or so years ago.
Yeah.
For me, one of the things that I've, tried to dedicate a lot of my life about is trying to solve and try to work for the climate crisis and the climate emergency.
Yeah.
And so when he came out against the Pope and said those things against the Pope, we organized a letter and didn't publish it, didn't send it out, but we're a whisker away from doing that.
Yeah.
And then in there, I knew, it was building up, and I knew that I had to get involved and push back against his crazy.
Yeah. And I said to David, you probably heard that I recognize this feeling that, and I can't help it as a bleeding heart liberal. I'm actually concerned about your brother because you've seen all the speculation that it just, even beyond the crazy of the other crazy caucus that he's in, he seems deeply disturbed to me, honestly. And I just wonder, again, I guess David doesn't, because if you haven't been in touch with him, you don't know. But, you've heard the speculation, anything from antipsychotic meds to physical ailments. I don't know. It's like the head movements and the way he just seems deeply unwell. And is there any chance you think he's going to get help, or, that there is something we should be, there's something that we're missing that's going on with him?
Well, Paul's definitely an expert at everything. All you have to do is ask.
Well, I'll just
right?
ask him then.
And so it's one of those things where if he's gotten medical advice, he probably knows more than the doctor if he doesn't like the advice.
Yeah.
And so, it's one of those things where he probably wouldn't get help even if he needed help. Or if he got help and he didn't like the advice, he'd just disregard
it. Or he's the one that he thinks you need help. He thinks everyone else needs help. It's not him. Right. Yeah.
I'm just a leftist, goofball that hugs trees, right? Yeah. That's who I am.
Well, I'm with you there. Well, Tim, listen, you and anybody that you're genetically connected to, feel free to call the show anytime. We're not doing anything. And
thank you for having me. I would just echo what Dave said. It's time for everybody that is smart, believes in science, supportable documentation, logic, to step forward and push back against this nonsense. Because that's what this is nonsense. And it's a dangerous element in our society, and it's dangerous to our economy and our institutions and our way of life and democracy. So it's time to step up, Stephanie.
Did his humor growing up involve killing other people? Or I'm just curious.
Well, I didn't see that, but
Okay.
like Dave alluded to, yeah, he was good at telling Wendy's. You know, we called them Wendy's. Lies were called Wendy's when I was really, really
Oh,
young.
isn't that
So
precious? Okay.
I want to nickname him the Wendy Weaver.
Okay. All right, Tim. Thanks so much, and best of.
Thanks for having me.
Best to all of
Great
your,
to have you.
your family. Okay. All right. That's a lot of Gosars. That's 10 Gosars. Okay.